Why you close your eyes? Like, you will never have this much energy and drive again. Like, I don't know. Like, between the two jobs that you should be working and full-time learning something and the party, I don't know why you sleeping. Like, I fully believe in that. But I do believe that, like, after that period, you should have gained some skills. You should have gained some knowledge and some self-awareness that you can now move forward into your mid-20s to mid-30s with a more purpose-driven attitude and a more you take that self-awareness and you create the boundaries that you need, and you work through your childhood trauma. And by the time you're in your early 30s to your mid 30s, you're done with a lot of the bullshit that humanity has dealt you. You know, that's just my, like, you know, in my head kind of thing. And then I feel like if you do that, then your kids, because of the skills that you've gained and the self-awareness that you have, you pass it on to your children, and they grow up in a space that they don't have as much childhood trauma. And there's not as much time that they need to work through the things. And they have the language already to say, actually, you're gaslighting me. Narcissistic behaviors. Like, you know, my kids are really like, they teach me stuff all the time. I'm just like, what is it? They taught me one the other day. It was called love bombing. And I was like, what is that?
Love bombing.
And love bombing. So she was like, my daughter, who is usually telling me that, like, I need to be more, Mom, you're so old, you don't know what you're talking about.
Mom is so old.
She says, she told me that love bombing is like when you might be friends or acquaintances with somebody, but they have stronger feelings for you than you have for them. So they just, like, dump all of their love on you, and it's very uncomfortable. And I was like, I didn't even know there was a word for that.
I didn't even know there was a word for that. Interesting. Wow.
We used to call them stalkers, but like, love bombing sounds like less confrontational.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it sounds. Yeah, you can deal with that. Oh, I'm a love bomber. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I mean,
and you can be more self-aware. You know, you might not want to call yourself a stalker, but you could take a step back and be like, ugh, actually, I just bombed them with my love, and they didn't really ask for that. So, like, you know,
maybe there won't be that much of a problem, I guess. I think that them being self-aware is really helpful, because if you can, like, self-medicate or like give your own self-therapy and educate yourself on your own, then you're more likely to avoid or overcome a lot of the problems that really comes your way. A lot of the things that problem, you know, I think that's good. I mean, because I think that the schools like the teachers, they have their unions, they have their own regulations, they have their own metrics they have to handle. So they're overwhelmed as well.